Yo, what's up, Hap? What's Hap?
Man. What hap? We are improv group, and we improvise the English language now. We just mix up letters like Yoda and other stuffish, and just make gobbledygook up.
This is what happens, Myles, when instead of doing Gamescast 3 days a week, you just lay in bed playing Switch 2 for like 2 weeks straight, and you don't talk to anybody.
How was it?
What's hap is apparently the first words that come out of your mouth.
What is hap? What is happen? What is happen, people?
What does hap? What has hap?
Happenstance or whatever it's called. Yeah, what's going on?
I love my I love my Switch too. I love Breath of the Wild. It is.
Do you have the new Donkey Kong?
I don't because I'm trying to be smart about this, Myles. There's no reason to like buy games that like I'm just not going to play forever. Like when I said that I could, I've got all these Switch 1 games. I got all these Switch 1 games I want to play that supposedly play better on Switch 2, and so far they do. But also like, I got the Mario Kart bundle, so it's like Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild. I just go back and forth between those two games, and it's everything I need. Like just talk about like just absolute perfection in gaming between those two. It's good stuff.
Wow. Yeah. And it has a USB-C port on it, right? The Switch too?
Oh.
Well, because if it does, then you can plug a VR headset in, surely. It's going to happen.
Obviously. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be wicked. Nice.
Cool. All right, Myles, there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about with you. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy that you're here with me. But I don't want people to stare at this thumbnail. I want to get the show rolling. And
it's a nice thumbnail, though. But yeah, sure. We can just do the show, I guess.
It's okay. Let's go. Do you want to do it? You're so excited.
I'm waiting for you.
You're so excited.
I'm just waiting for the cue. So,
this is PSVR Gamescast Live, where we film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and 2 Eyes Friday right here on YouTube. We do it live 6 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure, but we care so much about those earballs of yours. That's why we put it up on podcast services of your choice. My name is Brian Paul from this channel right here with Parole. And this guy over here to my left, you're right. It's Myles Dyer from youtube.com/Myles. What's up, Myles?
What up, Brian? What up, Brian? What up, Game Cats? It's Friday. It's nice to be here. It has been a week and a half, or 2 weeks have been in the trenches for me, dude, because I don't know if you know, but on next Tuesday, there is the VR Game Showcase. Have you heard about this, the VR Game Showcase, Brian? No, neither have I.
No.
But I bet you wherever it is, it's a bit all right. So, yeah. Anyway. But no, I've been in the trenches preparing our announcements for it, for Impact Reality, Flat VR Studios.
Tell us everything. Go ahead. Let's go.
It's pretty balls, really. Yeah.
That's bad.
Not a lot.
Balls is bad.
Balls VR. So, is that? I shouldn't have announced that.
That's a sequel to Just Soups. It's just balls.
I mean, look. To be completely honest, I'm super excited. I was a nervous wreck like 24 hours ago about stuff, and not to go on too long, but just to give some perspective. We often say this when we look back on like a certain month and go, I can't believe it's been so long since then. But March, it's been a while. March this year was when it was the last VR game showcase, and before that, the only experience I ever had with these showcases was watching them, like Game Cats, or co-streaming it with you on here, which I always struggle with, by the way, because I need to get better at my like excitement face, which is not a sentence I should really say a lot. But when you're live streaming and you're watching the show, a lot of live streamers out there are really good that when something amazing happens, they're like, the YouTube thumbnail, oh my God, whoa, What the fuck? Whereas me, I'll just, in my head, I'll be like going, oh my God, that's amazing. But my face will be like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And so like, I do need to get better at that. How do you find about that, actually, before I go on with this story?
I'm the exact same way.
Watching stuff? Yeah.
I'm the exact same way because it's just, see, I don't look at us as YouTubers. I look at us as, I mean, I do my best to try to be as game journalist as possible, right? Like, I think YouTubers actual YouTubers are really good at managing, the crowd interactions along with what they're watching, and for me, it takes all of my concentration. And plus, I'm trying to run the show. We don't have a producer, right? And so when we're talking, I'm trying to lower the stream volume just a little bit so we're not screaming over this loud noise already. What I would prefer to do, honestly, is like let the stream happen and then do a reaction video where we actually pause the video, right? Or if people were down for us to pause it like in real time, right? And just be like, but that would suck, I think. I think if you were here to watch it live, it would suck if we were pausing it and talking about every announcement for like a couple of minutes after it happens. I don't think I have found the right, like, I'm with you. I don't think I've found the right place to be during live streams yet.
Exactly. So I'm with you. And that's actually also how I used to feel about live streaming flat screen games when I tried doing it, is like, I find that when I'm trying to do a decent job at a game, I'm really serious and not that entertaining. And when I try and be entertaining, I'm just not playing very well at all. Obviously, VR's differently because you're in the world. There's a performance with it. It ties in with there. So yeah, anyway, before March, that was the only interactions I had with VR showcases. So in March I didn't do the trailers. We had like 5 or 6 trailers, but to be coordinating behind the scenes, all the social and amplification of it. I remember actually speaking to you guys, and you were covering it, and I'm there like trying not to have an emotional breakdown of when a game is shown on. This is like giving you behind the scenes game cats of what it's like. We have like a 10-minute window, and we're showing 5 trailers. Now each of those trailers has to be put on that game's socials, which might be like 4 different platforms. So we have a whole team. It has to go here and here at this time, and you can schedule it, but it's never going to do as well as if you post it natively and have it all set. Right. So what happens is something shown on the VR game showcase, it's like, oh, it's not posting now. We've got to do that. And it's like 6 minutes later, 7 minutes later. And for us, we're like, oh my God, it's 7 minutes late, 10 minutes late. But the reality is everyone out there doesn't give a shit. They'll just see it when it goes on socials. Like for us, it's like every minute counts and you can beat yourself up about it. And so it was very stressful, but it was also awesome to be a part of it in that way. For this VR game showcase, myself and my content team at Impact Reality, we've been coordinating and creating all of our announcements for the show. And I've literally been having to pinch myself. And there's things I would love to say on this. And as much as I love Brian and love you, Game Cats, it's just going to be worth waiting for. And like this morning, I was getting chills at some of the things that we're going to be showing on there. So
chills, he says. There's chills coming.
Yeah, man. It's just a testament to this community and like everything that we're doing to push the medium forward. And the things that I've brought to Impact Reality comes from the experiences I've had working with Brian, Wes, AJ, Game Cats. Like, there's one thing to be a VR gamer, and actually I do say Game Cats are not just gamers, they're very knowledgeable of it, because when we see games come out, we always say, is there dynamic foveated rendering? I mean, who the fuck as normal gamers would ever ask about that? Or is it 90 native? All these things, like, we're so passionate in pushing it forward. And so I am exhausted. I mean, this week I was literally pushing. I've been about working 70 hours this week. I've been not sleeping a lot, stressing a lot, trying to get stuff approved, because it's not just about improval internally, it's about partners and stuff like that. And then when you start getting those final thumbs up and it's like, this is the version that is good to send to Jamie, which has been today. And I know Jamie's going to be probably at the weekend freaking out about getting everything lined up and stuff. But, I don't want to overhype stuff. Like, different people like different things. But personally, I'm very proud of what's been put forward. And I think it's going to be another reaffirmment of basically what Flat VR Studios and Impact Reality and everything we do, we set out to do. And the fact that we love this community and we want to do right by you. And I can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts.
Yeah, it'll be, for me, I think, obviously I'm always excited about new game announcements and anything that Flat VR has to reveal. Like, I think Flat VR is doing the thing that I think all VR studios should be doing right now. I think all VR studios, from Servios to Vitruvius to, everybody. I think everybody should be focused on getting IPs of flat screen games and bringing them into VR. I think that's what everybody should be focused on doing. And so the fact that, Flat VR is doing it, I think VR Monkey might be looking into doing it a little bit, but it's not it's not very common in VR right now. It's what everybody should be doing, right? I was just talking to Not Sure Brondo in the Discord voice chat earlier about Crysis. He's playing Crysis in VR right now with a mod. He's like,
right.
Bro, that was a PlayStation 3 game. You know what I mean? Right? And you go back and you play these PlayStation 3 games and you're like, man, these still look fucking pretty good, right? Like we've definitely reached that era where, things are 4K now and like the frame rate's a little bit better. Bro, things look great on PlayStation 3 and they still look great on PlayStation 3. I've still got mine hooked up and I think it looks great, right? So like I feel like it's every VR developer should be going back and getting these IPs from that era and like revitalizing things, talking to as many publishers and developers as they can, and like let's bring these things back and deliver them to a community who'd really, really appreciate them, more so than just be like, hey, we remastered this game again. And just for flat screen, it's like, yeah, you can play it again, but same game, whatever. Like, let's give these people a new way to play our game. So
yes,
that's why I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to announce. Here comes the butt, Myles. You ready for Brian's big fucking butt?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, well, I'm just gonna show it.
All right.
I do have a big fucking Italian butt. Anyway, the butt, Myles, is that like Flat Out's still not out. This is what I get to say. Not working for Impact. So I got to get it all out there now before like I start accepting.
It's not out
over there.
I thought it was
Flat Out's not
right?
out. Wrath-Aeon of Ruin's not out. RoboQuest isn't out. What's the one about the blind person? Out of Sight. That's not out. I'm telling. What I'm saying is, there's been a lot of announcements, and not a lot of releases. So I am a little bit worried from that perspective. Is like about putting the cart before the horse and like getting people super excited about stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, and I get it. Like, I think it's a lot of moving parts when you do this kind of stuff. But I'm a little bit worried that like you guys are gonna have like 15 games announced and like I'll just be sitting here playing Trombone Champ.
To be honest, man, the thing we love most as VR gamers is seeing announcements and being hyped and excited to be able to finally play it. So from my perspective, I think we should continue to take the approach as Flat VR Studios to just not release games and just keep announcing games, because you love to be excited about things that could be coming out. And so I just feel like, why release games when we can just keep announcing them? Wouldn't you agree, Brian? No. The serious answer is internally, whenever we're talking about new announcements, what you're mentioning there is exactly the conversation we have, which is if we're going to announce something new, people are going to be like, but what about the things that have already been announced and where it is?
Right.
And I can't really speak officially to that because these are internal conversations and but it's something that we are constantly thinking about. And in my mind, anyway, it's kind of like, it's nice to put flagpoles down anyway of like, these are projects that are in works. Yes, it's going to take a while because we often talk about it and look, I'm not comparing us to a PlayStation first party game, but we always talked about this where we want more first party games. We're not saying they have to be every month, but if every year they just said there's this one game coming and it's at the end of the year, it at least gives you something to look forward to while you have lots of games to play for in the meantime. And so again, although I'm not making a direct comparison, in my mind, like, yeah, there's a lot of games we've announced that still haven't come out yet, and there are some that haven't got release dates and things like that. But games are coming, and I just see it as like, we have, years of plans, and all we're doing is putting down more stepping stones so that people can start seeing, you got this, and then you got this. And I think that over the next year, you'll start seeing a nice catalogue of games as they start coming out. And but at the same time, there's games that I want to play, which, will come to PSVR2 currently. Like, we might be testing them on builds on PCVR, and it's like, we always tease me. I'm always getting asked, Jay, do you want to do a play test this week, Myles? It's like, I don't have a PCVR. I need to get one. So I just want to say, like, me personally, speaking for myself, I totally hear you all, and it is a completely fair thing to say. But between now and the end of the year, I think people will be satisfied with announcements, but also games that will be coming out.
I love that the first two comments I saw about this conversation in the chat are the complete opposite of each other. Silver Nexus says, I'd rather know what's coming than to be surprised and possibly confused. And then Kisnell immediately after says, with how unstable the industry is, I feel like the shorter time between announcements and releases is better. And I'm definitely more on the Kisnell side of this, and more so for the reason, and I don't think it needs to be like 2 months. Right. I remember when Fallout 4 came out, they announced it and it was out 4 months later. It was like, that was perfect. It was like the hype train never had a chance to derail. Like it was, I was so excited. So, so my, I don't know where I was going to go with this, but I think I have a unique perspective running this channel. The number of times I have to talk people down off a ledge because Aces of Thunder still isn't out. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, it's never coming out. And I'm like, why would you think that? Because it's not out yet. But we got tons of updates. And they've talked about it like nonstop for months. And it's like they have to like finish the game. Right. And that's the same thing happened with Undead Citadel. I think AJ at one point was like, it's never coming out. I was like, AJ, come on. You know better than this. Like, of course it's coming out. They put all this time and effort and work into it. And so that's what I get nervous about. I think there's fatigue. There's hype fatigue when it comes to game announcements, and they're like how many more trailers of RoboQuest do I need to see? And I love this, Myles. I love that we're coming back, and I feel like I've been away from this for 2 weeks, and I feel I'm coming back swinging.
I like just to say like. Everyone at Impact Reality and Flats VR, we are gamers. A lot of us are like podcasters in the VR space. Like we are very self-aware and we don't have ego. Like we want to do right. So what you said about RoboQuest, I totally agree. I was like, by the way, the trailers for RoboQuest VR have been absolutely amazing. Okay. But it's kind of like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to do another trailer until like we've got, more announcements, or the next stage. And that's what we've got to think about is, when you're doing a trailer, what are you trying to communicate? For me, it's like it has to be stages. Not a trailer shouldn't be posted. I could be wrong here and might disagree even with myself as I say it. You don't put a trailer out for like hype's sake. For me, it's got to carry you to the next chapter of a campaign.
Right.
So it might be, this is the announcement. We're working on this. It is, here is some gameplay. Here are some of the modes, or like what you're actually going to be doing. I always talk about
release date, release window, then release date, or something. Right? There's got to be purpose for every announcement. Like, I am like, Endreams announced Reach. What was it, 2 months ago? And I'm already sick of hearing about Reach. I really am. Like, and it's gonna be at the VR game showcase, right? They've already said that, and I'm like, right, it better have a fucking release date, or I don't care. Right, it's just like it was so great for them to announce a game that's like, oh, and it's coming out in 2025, and I was like, great. I'm not going to have a chance to get sick of all this hype at all. I'm already sick of the hype. And that's me. Everybody's different. I get it, but I'm just fucking done, dude. I'm like, make your announcements count, make your trailers count. I like where your head's at.
No, that's cool. And I love the RoboQuest trailer you're playing. Carl,
so good. It is so good.
Made the trailer. He would literally sign for those. Just to give a bit of again more behind the scenes. That trailer. He is a guy that he did most of our trailers in that last showcase. He will go in there and master it. And for that RoboQuest trailer, some of those shots you see, which are all like a second or 2 seconds each, some of them he did 70 takes of to get it just right. Like. And most of the social media posts we've done for RoboQuest,
we'll miss him. He was a nice guy.
Oh man, he was just hardcore with all that sort of stuff. And because I'm saying he was hardcore for that, now I'm like feeding into what you just said there. You'll notice if you follow RoboQuest VR on socials, most of our socials have been on Twitter of just GIFs of that trailer, because there's just so many individual moments that just look really, really cool and they're performing well. And a big part of doing campaigns I've learned is different games carry different energy. Some games you need to do a lot of work to get conversations going. RoboQuest VR is one where it's like we can just sit back, and I don't mean that in a complacent kind of way, but for what you said is like we don't need to keep going on about it. Like the next time we talk about it is when there's something to say. And someone in the chat, and this is not me picking and disagreeing with people, I think these are great conversation points. Someone in the chat was saying, like, I hate trailers without release dates. I immediately stop caring. For me, the reason you put the flag down initially is to kind of gauge interest. because if you've got like a long development cycle, lots of things can happen in development cycles of every single game. And by seeing what the community is saying, and like people might go, oh, I hope this is in the game, it can start feeding in. Oh, that's something we should think about. And it can actually, some people might think you should just make a game and then put it out there. For me, I like the idea that you announce a game, you start developing on it whilst building a community. And especially like flat to VR, where you're taking stuff from flat screen to VR, there's already a pre-existing player base, maybe VR gamers who have played the flat screen and have ideas of how it could come across. And I think that's all really important as well. But look, there is no, I say this as someone who's a director of social media, there is no exact science to social media. Like anyone that says they know exactly how to get top scoring content, and that is often like lying to you. I mean, there are definitely things you can do that give you a better chance, but social media is a noisy place. And at the end of the day, it's not about building audience, it's about building community. And that's by just being honest, saying this is who we are and this is why we're doing it. And anyone that reaches out and shows interest is just like, giving them what they want, which is like great content and great storytelling.
Yeah, I'd love to have a full-on conversation about this, but
this could have been the episode, actually, just talking about VR showcase. And actually, totally. Just right now, I've just had a text from Jamie Feltham, who's just said he's just seen all the stuff we've delivered, and they're effing epic.
You guys heard it here first. BioShock VR is finally coming. We finally
whoa.
Oh, what? That you didn't just say that? I read it somewhere. Where did I read it?
Did you?
Right. Yeah, I read it in my dreams.
Oh, dude, I have lots of Flats VR Studios dreams, for sure. Last thing I was going to say was the thing you were talking earlier about, like taking things from flat to VR is like what everyone should be doing now, and that's why I like flat. Why I loved Flat to VR Studios even before I joined was it's such a good brand name. It's like we're just going to say what we are, Flat to VR. But I like that in the future that might be like us these days going, do you remember when there was that company called like we make pixelated games? Like, pixelated games or something. There's just like everyone's doing it now. Like the dream is that in the future, Flat to VR is kind of like, well, yeah, isn't that like what everyone does now?
Yeah.
But yeah,
great name. Terrible logo.
Yeah. I remember this now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just here to shit on your company, man. That's
you don't like
here to do.
No, it's good. You got to balance it out. You always gotta. Isn't that about being impartial? Like you say one good thing, you gotta shit on it for balance.
I'm just mean. There's no balance here. It's just I'm being mean, and you guys can go fuck yourself.
I love that. We'll put that on our trailer. It's just Brian Poole. You can go fuck yourself.
I think it should just be Flat to VR, and then in quotations below, you can go fuck yourself. It's like, yeah. I think when BioShock VR gets announced, I'll be like, okay, VR is officially here to stay. Until that happens, it's all up in the air. VR could come or go, or come and go. Like, I don't know.
Who were the developers for BioShock?
Irrational, which is no longer called Irrational. They split off when I think they were maybe owned by 2K, and now they're called Ghost Story Games. Is that it?
And is that who's making that BioShock lookalike game? I don't know if that just came out. Judas, that's it. Is it out yet, or is it?
I don't think so. If it was, like, I would definitely be looking into playing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes out on Switch too, because apparently that's the only place I play flat screen games right now. Hoping Expedition 33 comes to Switch too, because I don't know, man. There's something very nice about the Switch too. Just saying, if it had VR support, this would be a very different channel right now.
Mario Kart VR, Pokemon VR,
in
Mario Party VR.
Hey, we're going to tackle a couple tips because they're piling up here a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for all the support.
Thank you,
Myles riding the game feline. With it says Into Black hype level 5,000. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm super excited. Sirens of Mine. I'm super excited for Into Black. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later in the show. But man, it's kind of. So I think sometimes like I struggle to have a reason to put on the PSVR2 headset or any VR headset, especially in the middle of summer when it's hot and you're just like, oh, I don't feel like it. I feel like I want to live in Into Black. Like when we finally get review keys for that, bro. Like,
yeah,
I'm not even giving review keys to my co-hosts because you guys suck at playing multiplayer games with me. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Don't pretend like you don't. I've got a crew. I got a crew of Game Cats that actually will play multiplayer with me leading up to launch.
I want to play badminton. What's the badminton game called?
He's played so much badminton, you guys, that he doesn't even know what it's called. We also got Game Cato, who sent 5 without parole gift memberships. Thank you so much for your generosity, Game Cato, and shout out to everybody who got a gift membership. Let me scroll. Oh man, see, this tip window is always faulty. Noctis showing up for his €1. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Cheese is nasty with $5 tip says, just wondering why Arken Vitruvius is putting their game on Quest. I thought people on Quest don't buy those games. Well, you know what? We're gonna stop right here. Hey, we're gonna bounce around in our run of show, Myles, because I do want to talk about Arken in the sense that today, was it today?
Did it sell big?
It did sell big. It did, and you know what? It sold big again. I woke up today to a DM from Blake Stone over at Vitruvius Games, basically saying, "Hey, look at us. We made it on the charts." And I was like, "Oh, sweet." So we're gonna scroll down, check out the sales numbers, or the sales rankings at least, for PSVR2 games. I have not taken a look at this, to be honest with you. I know that Arken is on here. I know that it's high up. Beyond that, I do not know. So let's take a quick look at this. Starting at the bottom, we're gonna use the US for the most part here, because that's what I care about. Starting at number 10 is Metro Awakening, which is really good to see this man, like Vertigo Games doing great stuff on PSVR2. Good to see that Metro is still selling. I don't know what numbers are like once you hit the bottom of the sales charts, but I don't believe they're terribly good. So maybe a sale on that would help. Although, wasn't it on sale?
More than 5? More than 5 copies?
More than 5. I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
It's definitely more than 5 copies. I mean, hopefully.
But number 9 is Drunken Bar Fight 2, which, like, legit. I mean, listen. I heard that this studio doesn't like giving out review keys. Right? It's like they just don't, like, that's just not something they believe in as part of their marketing strategy. And it was like, okay, cool. That game came and went, and like no one fucking said anything. I didn't hear anybody talking about it at all.
I didn't actually know it'd come out.
I mean, exactly, right?
When did it come out?
I don't know, like last month sometime.
Okay, honestly, when you read that out, I was like, I thought it was, there was a sequel. Like, I genuinely thought that. I thought I hadn't played that. Right. So,
nope.
Okay.
And like, honestly, like, I mean, I definitely would have done a Brian bite on that. I'm pretty sure I bought it. I might be the reason it's on here. But cool. Yeah, I just haven't had really a chance to check it out, or any desire to, because Drunken Bar Fight was always kind of like this, goofy thing that, people who like these kind of weird sandbox type games would enjoy. But I've gone on record multiple times being like, I'm not the sandbox guy, right? Like, I do not want to make my own fun in a game. I want the developers to make the fun for me, and then I'll play your fun. All right, don't make me make the fun.
All right.
But anyway, I will hopefully at some point find time to check it out, because I don't like games like this getting past me. I do want to have like a valid opinion on it, an opinion that comes from actually having played it. So I might make fun of it.
Especially if it's a top 10 game.
Well, I mean, if it's a top 10 game, Myles, it must be good.
It's above Metro Awakening, and you liked that, didn't you?
I did.
There you go.
Yeah. I wasn't in love with it like other people have said. Some people were like, this is the best VR game ever made. And I was like, oh, where can I get the crack that you're smoking? Because it sounds really good.
Whoa.
Pavlov's number 8, which, again, just a fantastic PvP shooter. If you don't have Pavlov.
Rings a bell, that name.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't been back in the Pavlov forever. Like, there's new maps and shit that I haven't checked out. So I'm glad it's good. I'm glad it's maintaining an audience and maintaining new interest. But I definitely have to get back in there. This was a game I didn't even go back into and play for our top 25 debate, Myles.
Dude, the carnival level is so good.
That's the one I was interested in.
Background. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's on me. I'm sorry. Job Simulator. What year is this? Is this 2016 again? Job Simulator is number 7. Yeah. Like a lot of this has to do with sales, I'm sure. And like Job Simulator is a good game.
Yep. Teaches you a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of practical skills like throwing sandwiches across the room, stuff like that. Pretty good.
Yeah. Photocopying sandwiches. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's true as well. Yeah.
There's so many things you can do with sandwiches.
It's amazing, man. Should have been called Sandwich Simulator, but maybe they'll do that next time.
I'd play that. Although that feels like what Job Simulator 2 was, or Vacation Simulator. There was so much of that, like, make a sandwich, make an ice cream cone, make a quilt, or whatever the fuck it was. It was mind-numbing. Anyway, Job Simulator, a great game to jump into.
Hell yeah!
If you, especially if like you just got VR and you want to see like how VR AF things can be. So I will make fun of it, but I'm nothing against it. Among Us 3D VR, which is.
Can I ask about that?
Sure.
Have they literally renamed it, or did it get given a new vertical? So it is the same game, right?
Yeah, but it's I can never remember how they did this. Is it Among Us 3D? It's a flat screen game as well as a VR game, right? And so,
but that's what I mean. Is 3D VR separate to Among Us VR, like its own trophy list and stuff like that? That's what I mean. Is it its own listing on the store? Yeah.
No, I think it just got a name change, and now it's also playable on the flat screen. But I don't think that's the case on PS5. I think it's only playable on the flat screen on Steam. There was something really weird about it, and I don't remember what the weirdness was.
Right.
So like, it was. I mean, I don't know if there's some kind of like weird exclusivity somewhere, but it's very strange. It should be playable on the flat screen everywhere. Right? And like more people playing it, the better. Cross-play with VR players. Let's do it. I don't know. It's strange. But again, fun game to kind of just like leave on your system. Why are we hanging out on this so much? Jurassic World Aftermath is number 5.
Wow.
It's obvious. It was just on sale. It was like $3 or something.
And the movie just come out, hasn't it? There's a movie about it as well.
Oh, yeah.
That might have.
Yeah, neither are great. But for $3, if you're just looking to play something, it's $3.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I'd much rather play Alien Rogue Incursion than Jurassic World, though, and that's number 4.
Did Alien Earth just come out, or is that out this weekend?
I think it's out next week, right? Is that the 12th or something?
I think it's out now. I hope so. I'm gonna watch.
Well, let's look it up, man, because I want to know.
It is out. Oh yeah, you're right. The 12th.
The 12th. I see. I have been paying attention. Much.
Reviews have been amazing.
Oh no, that scares me, dude. Anytime reviews are really good on something, it means it's probably going to be pretty bad.
Well, Weapons got 100% for ages, and now it's at like 97 or something. And I know you went to see Weapons. I don't know. Yeah. You liked it? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's solid 8 out of 10.
Okay, that's good. Good.
Yeah. It wasn't amazing, but it was really good. I actually liked it better than Barbarian.
Interesting.
And
I loved Barbarian. Yeah.
I liked. Okay. This is going to be...
I liked the first half of Barbarian.
I was going to say, this is going to be divisive, but I loved the first half of Barbarian. And then it just kind of like, it devolved a little bit into just like a kind of like over the top, like monster chase scene or something. Yeah. And it was like, okay, it was fine. Like it was the greatest setup for like any monster movie I'd ever seen, I think. But so my feeling on, hey buddy, my feeling on Weapons is that it didn't have as good of a setup, but it was more even keeled through the whole movie from beginning to end. Like it was, I didn't lose interest during the back half because it was just like some monster chasing everybody. It was interesting from beginning to end. And I honestly, I didn't like Long Legs as much as everyone else did, but it feels like Long Legs the way that they set it up. So it's
interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
Like constant tension and like
constant tension. Also, the way that Barbarian is set up. I'm sorry, the way that Long Legs was set up was Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And the way that this is set up is that they introduce you to different characters and just switch the perspective completely every 15, 20 minutes or whatever it is. And so you see a different character and how they relate to the story. And because of that, it feels like the acts that they did in Long Legs. And so it's, I think it could have been scarier, but it was still fun. I went to the movie theater and like sat there by myself, like alone in the theater, and was just like, I'm really enjoying this. Like there was a smile on my face.
Oh, that's awesome.
Of it. Yeah.
Okay, I might go see it tomorrow. Yeah.
Cool. So that's Weapons, everybody. That's my review of Weapons.
Arken Age. Whoa.
Sells big. And it sold big.
Sold-
Did it only sell big in the U.S.? Is it not on the?
Correct.
What? What is happening?
Don't know.
It's nowhere. Was it not on sale over there? It must have been on sale.
You mean
what is
HAP? What is HAP?
What happened?
What HAP?
Oh man.
That's by the way, just for those that don't know, in improv group, that's what's called a callback.
Yeah.
Like a throwback to the start. So if you've been watching this from the beginning, you'll feel rewarded by that reference. Cheers. Sorry, carry on, Brian.
So Arken Age sold really well. And here's the great thing. As our last tipper alluded to, cheese is nasty. So why is Arken Age putting their game on Quest? I think it's an experiment. I don't know if Shadow Legend ever came to Quest. I could be wrong. I don't think it did. And so maybe they're like, hey, let's give this a shot. You know, like let's see if what we're hearing is correct. Let's see if this game can sell on Quest. And so and my hope is that it does sell. You know, like I hope it bucks the trend. I hope that a $40 game, you know, this great single player, narrative driven, first person adventure action game, can really thrive on Quest, because if it does, that means Arken Age 2 is going to be, literally quoting Blake right now, even bigger. Right? Because that's more bigger money, that's more development time, yep. That's more everything. And so, you know, like as much as like we love our, you know, being like, hey, this game looks and plays so great on PSVR2, and it's because it was designed for PC and PlayStation VR2 and not, you know, kind of scaled down for the Quest market. As much as we love that, right? It's like we want this game to get out there. We want everybody to be able to play it, and then simultaneously we want Vitruvius to grow, and we want Arken Age 2 to be even a bigger game. So congrats to Vitruvius for hitting the sales chart again. What was it? Was it on sale for $30 from $40? I think that's probably why it's here.
Nice.
Sales are so effective, man. I don't think people understand just how effective they are. I don't want to skip over this. I don't know what the hell's happening in the EU, but Flight Simulator Delivery 2025 VR made the top 10. It's like literally number 6. This is why I need to do more Brian Bites, Myles. AJ makes fun of me for focusing on games like Grand Rush VR, Highway Car Track.
It's important, man.
Racing. Dude, that my Brian Bite for Grand Rush VR has like 60,000 views. Like that's 3 times as many views as I normally get on any review, right? So people are interested in this stuff, and I definitely need to make a Brian Bite, because people are still buying Flight Simulator Delivery 2025 VR. We gotta stop that, right? That is a sin against humanity.
Also, it's better for you, man, because like if you review a game that you think is great and people play it and they don't agree, then they're angry with you, they're disappointed. Whereas if you say, here's a game to stay away from, and they still play it and go, oh, Brian was wrong, then good, you know, it's a win-win. Either they don't buy it, and they listen to you, or they play it and it's good, and they're like, oh, okay, no, it was good. It was good. It's a good public service. And when I do live streams, it's always the shitters that bring in the views. People love to see us playing shit games.
I made things in the chat. It says the Flight Sim game was €2, which is even scarier, because that means it sold so well.
And it's still too expensive.
That means it sold so well, because as you guys know, these sales charts are not
revenue.
Units sold, it's revenue, which means that the €2, it sold so many more copies than all of the games above it on the list. Wow. Anyway, Gorn 2 made number 2, which is great, man. Like that does tell you that there is a huge market for this stuff still. Gorn 2 was fun. I had fun with it. I liked all the new stuff that was happening in there. We talked about it, or I don't remember who my co-host was for that episode.
Not me, but yeah, it was me.
Yeah, but it was fun. You know, I played the first 2 arenas, and the new traps were cool, and it's Gorn. It's more Gorn. That's not a bad thing. And then Beat Saber's number 1. I guess the negative marketing or the negative.
Good people. Yeah. Last chance to play it with everything there.
I mean, not our last chance, right? I'm assuming this is going to stay on the PlayStation Store forever.
Oh yeah, well,
along with all the DLC, right? So,
yeah.
Oh well, interesting. Always really interesting, man. To talk about this stuff, to see it. Let's tackle a couple more tips, man. Thanks, Jesus Nasty, for bringing us down that path. Game Cat. Oh man, this tip window is always about to crash. Let me refresh it. Let's try it again. Come on. Scroll. Oh my god. Here we go. Game Cato with the 5 Australian says, Struth Cobbers, glad you're back and well rested. Our community. That's an assumption, sir. I may not be well rested. No, I'm okay. Our community is a better place for your PSVR2 love. Go Game Cats. You bring DFR to our lives. Dynamic foveated rendering to your lives. All right, I'll take it. Tornado brings DFR to my life. I like it. That should be our new. That should be a saying around here. Thank you for bringing DFR into our lives.
Thank you.
Focus and resolution. That's what it should be. Thank you. Anyway, Andrew, what's up? GameCat Andrew Ehrenreich with the $10. Also, yeah, YouTube's doing that weird thing where we don't see anybody's actual usernames; we just see their ats. Thank you for the $10 tip. He says, "Sup, Brian? Sup, Myles? Still watching OG Gamescast? Oh, this is true, by the way. Andrew Ehrenreich has been yeah. Well, there's a lot of them.
That's great. I love it.
I think thousands of hours of like old school without parole content, Myles.
Well, you've got to catch up on the box set, haven't you? Because otherwise you're not going to understand these episodes if you haven't seen the previous ones. So,
yeah. Yep. Episode 0, the origin episode. No idea where tornado came from. Although Andrew Ehrenreich found, I mean, like he makes me want to go back and watch the old episodes and see what the fuck we were talking about. Because there was one video where he timestamped something and just went, "Aw," and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And so I clicked the timestamp, and it was a cat that I had before tornado. Very briefly, like rescued this cat off the street, and had her for about 3 months, just until I found her a new home and made sure that she was like, taken care of and healed up, because she was like about to die on the street, and so we took her in, and it was cute. And so I was like, fuck, I almost forgot that I had a cat before tornado, very briefly. He said, don't know how far because you stopped numbering after episode 60. Oh shit. Yeah, I should go back and see what episode this technically is, what episode number we're up to.
Yeah, like you need to number them all. Go back and number them all.
We must have missed 1,000. Like we must be at over 1,000 episodes at this point. No, that can't be right. It just feels like I've been doing this forever, so I have no idea. And it depends how you number them too, right? Because we used to do like 60.1, 60.2, 60.3 for that week. Yeah, it was like, it's basically one episode divided up into 3 segments over the course of the week.
Gotcha.
He says, but goddamn, you got me wanting a PSVR 1 so bad. Might pick up one for my birthday.
Still selling PSVR 1 headsets. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, not the goal of the channel, but glad we're talking about stuff that interests you. God, I'm trying to think of. I mean, it's not hard to think of things that are PSVR still stuck on PSVR 1, like especially for people who don't have, PC.
Robinson the Journey.
Oh my god,
that always comes to mind. Robinson the Journey.
Yep, Robinson the Journey, Rush of Blood. I mean, so many great games on PSVR 1.
Resident Evil 7, yeah. Blood and Truth.
You want to keep going? Because I could. Immortal Legacy. We could do this all day.
That's true.
Immortal Legacy, the best game on PSVR 1, according to me, on days that I want to troll the community. Hopefully you pick one up.
Apex.
Andrew.
Apex Construct.
Yeah, it's the trailer that's playing right now. Yep. It's a good one. I still think Apex Construct might be Fast Travel's best game. Just saying. Comic book guy.
PlayStation Worlds.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start doing it. Yeah. I just wait until you start talking again. I'm going to run out soon. So let's just end it now. I apologize, Brian. Carry on.
It's up to you. I'll yes and the fuck out of your callouts. Comic book guy. What's up, dude? With the 5 sirens on my end. With the 5 quid says, I don't know if this interests you. First of all, comic book guy, I want to say thank you so much for
Never start a sentence like that.
I just want to say thanks, comic book guy. You checked in on me earlier in the week and just said, hey, when are you coming back? And I was like, oh, I don't think I'm coming back this week. It'll probably be next week. And then he's like, oh, thanks for the update. And then immediately was like, oh, actually, we'll do a show on Friday. I was lying. So thanks for checking in on me, Comic Book Guy. He says, I don't know if this interests you, but Richie's Plank Experience is still coming to PSVR2. Indeed. And to be honest, I thought the PSVR2 version was canceled. Why does this keep happening, Myles? Why does this keep happening? If a game goes, like I talked about it. We talked about it on Gamescast. We put it on PSVR this week, like literally a couple months ago. And then the second you stop hearing about a game for more than a week or two, you're like, oh, it must be canceled. Do you know how much time and money goes into developing games and marketing games? And you don't, like, unless you're Microsoft and you really, really hate video games, you don't just cancel a game when it's like 90% done because you put so much time and money and love into it, right? It just doesn't happen. That's why the people who are like, Aces of Thunder must be canceled. I was like, bro, think of all the time and money and work that they put into that. Like they had like a full-time social media manager at some point, just posting shit like every other day, right? It's just, there's just no way it's canceled. Shit does happen, right? I mean, Star Child seemed like it was definitely going to come out, right? But that never came out. It does happen, but like the default setting for whatever reason recently is just that, like, oh, I haven't heard about this game in like a month, it must be canceled. I'm like, all right. So yeah, yes, Richie's Plank Experience is coming to PSVR 2. I shared some screenshots on whatever episode of PSVR this week that was. It looks incredible. Like, I mean, maybe not photorealistic, but like really, really good looking. And I think there's going to be a Without Parole billboard just like in that environment. I think he's going to put I think Amazing. Richie's going to put billboards for like a lot of different YouTubers. Just, you know, to say thanks for all the support over the years, right? So
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a thing I really like being in video games, Myles. I like when you're in Pixel Ripped 78 and you answer the phone and it's me.
Yeah, I don't like it when it's me though. I'm just cringe. I'm like, I cannot voice act for shit. You're very good. Like when you do narrations or anything, it's like you sound like a human. When I do it, it sounds like, oh my god. Just, I can't voice act for shit, man. It's so difficult. And I was playing myself. I couldn't fucking do it.
It's not about the performance though. Like I just, you know, like I don't know. This channel's one thing, but actually like being a permanent part of somebody's game, right? Like it just feels like feels like you're making your mark somewhere. And yeah. And I mean, and that's why, like, anytime somebody's like, "Oh, you know, I want to do voiceovers for this game, but I don't have the budget," I'm usually the first one there, being like, "I'll do it. Just send me the script. Tell me what the deal is. I'll fucking do it, man, because I really enjoy that stuff." But you know, usually there's just as many people. Anytime somebody is putting it out there saying, "I need free voiceover work," there's a lot of like professional voice actors out there who just want to like enhance their resume, right? They want to bolster their resume with something new, even if they're not getting paid for it. So that's why I'm like, I don't feel too bad when they're like, oh no, we're good. Cause I'm like, there are people that definitely need it and I don't need it. Emmanuel Bose 3386 gifted one Without Parole membership. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for your generosity. It's awesome. Wild Hour, the Game Cat Rare with the Australian 10 says, any news on Aces of Thunder? We need this game ASAP. There is no news. The news is that people played it. News. They were underwhelmed, and I'm glad it's not out.
Wow, really? They were underwhelmed by it?
I mean, I didn't talk to anybody who played the game and was like, this is what we need. This is, you know, wow. This is Ace Combat 8. This is it seemed like everyone that played it, including AJ, was like, it's fine, but it needs some polish. It needs some more work. Like it just did not feel like it was ready for prime time.
So what you're saying, like Simulator Delivery 2025 VR is the one to go for?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying, Brian?
Yeah, or at least Ultra Wings 2 at the moment.
But yeah, it's actually a good time.
It is good. So no, I mean, like, you know, some people might be like, we need this game now, like Wild Hour just said. No, we don't. We need this game when it's fucking ready. right? We need this game when it's good and exciting and fun and they nailed every aspect of it. We don't need this game now if it's not going to be like, if we're going to be like, oh, it needs more polish, or if it's going to take another, 6 months of patches and they're going to deliver a roadmap. Like, dude, it's a little slow right now, but it's not that slow. You know what I mean? We get 2 fairly big games coming out at the end of this month that and we should be in the middle of, the summer lull, which we kind of are. The last week or two has been very slow, which is the perfect time to take some time off from the channel. But shit's about to heat back up, man. August and September are looking pretty okay.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, hopefully this is AJ's footage. I hope it's AJ's footage. Otherwise, I'm just using like uploads footage or something on accident. And if it is uploads footage, I apologize. I didn't mean to use your footage. I don't know what this is from. But I really do appreciate the passion, man. It's like when people are, I'm certainly not trying to make fun of like Wild Hour or anybody else. It's like we need this game now. We're so excited for this game. Like we need it. Blah blah blah. It's going to be so great. That's just pure passion right there, right?
Yeah.
And when he says we need this game ASAP, he's not saying we need this game ASAP, bugs and all. He's saying we need a very polished, great, fun version of this game. So I used your tip Wild Hour as a jumping off point, but I didn't. Hopefully, we're all on the same page when it comes to this stuff. Emmanuel Bose with the level 3 membership says, while we're talking about horror, Brian, did you like 28 Years Later? I didn't watch 28 Years Later. You know why? Because I didn't watch 28 Weeks Later. I got about 30 minutes in and was like, I don't think this is. I love 28 Days Later. I think it's one of the greatest zombie movies ever made. I couldn't get through 28 Weeks Later because I was just kind of bored. It was more actiony than I wanted it to be. I'm not a big action movie fan. So I just haven't gotten around to it. Did you watch? What's your experience with that franchise, Myles?
I watched the first one many years ago, and I don't think I got to the end of it. I don't know if I was really tired or I was drunk, and I do need to watch it again. And so, because I need to watch the first one again, I haven't seen the second, and I haven't seen the latest. But I do want to watch them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll get around to it.
How was that for a movie review? Yeah, I don't know if I was tired or drunk. I can't remember it, so I've got to watch it again.
Nihilus Ryan says you're in luck because 28 Years Later is not an action movie at all. And I think part of it was like it wasn't being turned off by 28 Weeks Later that caused me not to watch 28 Years Later. It was like, man, I should probably force myself to watch 28 Weeks Later and then watch 28 Years Later. And then it was only recently somebody was like, oh, there's not really a connection. You can just watch the third one. Like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Dan Keeper never agrees with anything I say. He's like, he said, Brian, oh my God, Brian was one of the ZOMG too many explosions complainers. The second one is great. I'll give it another shot. I will. I'll give it another shot. I sometimes you're just not in the right mood for a movie when you try to sit down and watch it, or if it's something different than you expected it to be, and you're like, maybe another time, and you just never get back to it. I tried to watch the Until Dawn movie. Did you watch it?
No, but so I'm interested in seeing it. Or was it? Oh my God!
I turned it up.
That's how I was with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, dude. I was on a plane and I was bored, and I literally was like, "This is so." Do you know? It's. I get annoyed more. I'd rather a movie be bad than. Like there was a band I really really liked. They did an album recently, metal band. Not going to name them. And I listened to it, and as I'm listening to the album, I'm like, okay, all of this, the songs aren't bad, but they just feel like they feel passive. Like I'm just listening to music, like it's not moving me at all. And like I felt that with Five Nights at Freddy's, which is, I mean, it's not terrible, like, but it's just like that. And those are the ones that annoy me most.
I couldn't decide what to play for the trailer while we're talking about some horror stuff. So I just searched my videos for horror, and it was a video I made about the top 10 or top 5 horror.
Oh, that's awesome! That one.
In Dreams.
Oh, in Dream. Oh, yes.
Which part of me is like, oh, this is a good video because like they made some really great horror games in Dreams. But then the other part of me is like, wow, how heartbreaking it is to watch this and be like, fuck you, Sony, for not supporting dreams the way you should.
Oh, dude, wasn't there one that you were showing me? I don't know if you or AJ, and it's where you're like hiding and you have this like big monster that has like a big, I think a mouth, was it green or something? I don't know. It was glowy and just going round corridors and you constantly had to hide. I might be explaining like every horror game on it.
I've got it's on the tip of my tongue. Was it like Let It Rot or something like that? Does that
Yeah,
sound
yeah,
familiar?
that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar.
I think that actually came out after this video, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to like that's got to be in the next video I make about this," and then I just never made it.
Right, man.
People, it seems like I need to give it seems like I need to give Until Dawn another shot too.
Okay.
Hey, all right, cool. Listen, here's the great thing. My brain wants to go into 100 different directions at once, so I'm gonna go this direction. I'm just gonna pick one and go there. I don't know if you saw this on the PlayStation blog. It might have been today or just earlier in the week or whatever, but they did some. The title of the blog post was the hottest upcoming horror game releases of 2025 and beyond. And I was like, whoa! I was like, what? So what? PlayStation blog is posting just like horror stuff in early August, and then they tweeted it as well and made like a short or some kind of like a video that they posted on Twitter. It's like I felt like I fell in love with the PlayStation blog today for the first time. I was like, you guys are kicking off Halloween season in early August. Not everybody knows this, but I kick off usually with Awesome Tatum and some other people in the Discord chat. I kick off Halloween season the beginning of September because I want October's not enough. I want 2 full months of my favorite season, 2 full months of scary movies, scary video games, and we try to make a plan and list all the movies we want to watch, all the TV shows we want to watch, dude. Like that's why Weapons. I was like, I was so glad it came out early, right? Because I was like trying to fit that in sometime in August, September is gonna be, or September and October is gonna be difficult. But like, dude, like Alien Earth is coming out next week. We got Welcome to Derry. The Stephen King's It TV series coming up. We got The Conjuring, the 4th Conjuring movie, Last Rites. I mean, there's already so much happening, and I'm really, really excited for it. So the fact that it feels like the PlayStation blog is on the same page as I am today, I was like, I love you, PlayStation. Usually I'm so irritated with PlayStation and like, I'm like, fuck you, you blacklisted me, you suck. How come everything's on the PlayStation blog? And today I was like, you know what? I kind of love the PlayStation blog. That's it. Just wanted to say that real quick. Should we tackle more tips? I feel like we're still really far behind on tips.
We're drowning in tips right now. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Emmanuel with the $5 tip says, for my horror question, cheers. I guess that was the cheers. 28 years cheers later one. That was you, right? That was just you? Just want to make sure that I tackled. Yep, it was your question. Perfect. Oh, Jesus. There's so many questions. Andrew Eric with the $5. What?
Just saying, whoa. Lots of questions. Whoa.
Says, I want to play Farpoint. Oh, this is the PSVR1 stuff. Why he wants a PSVR1 headset. He says, I want to play Farpoint, Here They Lie, Rush of Blood, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Blood and Truth. Need that PSVR1. Hell yeah, you do. I hope you find a cheap one. I always hear stories of people buying one for like $50 or $100, like complete with all the move controllers and the headset and the camera and like a stack of games. Like so cheap. Like such an amazing library of games. Number one thing I would do, Myles, if Sony hired me. To run their PlayStation VR division, which I don't think anybody runs right now.
Let's find out.
Let's get those fucking games over here, man. Let's get those games over here. What are we doing? Right? What are we doing?
Do you think we should set up a new entity within Impact Reality called VR to VR2 Studios?
Yes. Yep. I just want to start a petition that says, hey Sony, hire Brian Powell to head up your PlayStation VR2 division.
Dude.
Somebody asked me. I was on a walk with my friend the other night, and he asked me what's the end goal? Like, what do you want to do? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I think I'm doing it. You don't have a dream job, and I was like, well, I mean, I guess if it came down to it, like, I'm here, I'm trying to make a difference in the VR space, but when you have a VR YouTube channel, you can only make so much noise. Right? You can't affect that much change. And I guess I guess if there was one thing that I would want to do beyond this, like if there was a dream job, it would be like, yeah, to actually have say in what happens over there, right? Like be in control of, first and third party content for PlayStation VR2. Like somebody needs to be doing it because I don't think anybody's doing it.
Jim Ryan, mate. If you got any like last favors with PlayStation as a part of your retirement, spend one on Brian Poole. Get him in there. Get him inside the walls so he can clean up.
I want to talk to Samson, 143VR, with the $5 tip. Says, hope we get some Trombone Champ DLC or song packs. Saving all my toots for the Do Not Ship Trombone RN right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was, wasn't that done on April Fool's? It's basically a trombone, but it's when the developers are making new trombones for Trombone Champ, it's basically like the frame, like the default, like debugged, I'm using the wrong terminology, trombone. But it's worth, isn't it like a million toots or something? You've really got to grind for it. But you want more Trombone Champ, more DLC and stuff. Okay. I'll put it on your Christmas list to Santa and see what he can do for you.
Since we're talking about,
I want to talk to Santa. Sorry.
Are you teasing? It's coming for Christmas. Is that what you're doing?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's happening at Christmas, but it'd be nice.
Sure,
it'd be nice. I mean,
sure.
maybe I do know.
Myles covering his own ass is what's happening right now. Yep.
Maybe.
Since we're talking about flat to VR, we do have this new video that's posted yesterday from you guys, the Postal Redux video, that kind of showed off these new environments, work in progress environments for Postal 2. And,
oh my God, I was panicking when you said this. I was like, wait, where did this get posted? And I was like, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, 22. It was 22 hours ago when I downloaded it, so probably a full 24 hours now.
Yeah, no, we did that. We did this video. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any inside knowledge. Like I explicitly tell you guys, don't tell me anything, don't share anything with me, because like because
it blurs the lines, right? It's like you don't know what we said can be said and what can't. Yeah,
there's a little bit of that, right? I'm really good at not breaking NDAs. I probably only accidentally broke one in my life, and it was because somebody worded something really poorly. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Undead Citadel. But beyond that, like I've never broken an NDA, and so it's less about that, more about wanting to be surprised when the announcements come around. If I have the opportunity to like make content prior and schedule it to launch, that kind of stuff, it's like, all right, I'll take that. It was really nice when End Dreams gave me like that look at Reach like a week before it was announced. I was like, all right, cool, get to make content, that's good, I'm happy with that. But for the most part, I'd just rather be surprised and watch it here with you guys, everybody in the chat, and be like legitimately surprised. And then, as Myles said, stare at the screen as if nothing happened, because I forget to react and tell people how excited I really am when the announcement comes on. But this looks great, man. I feel like Postal 2 VR is a good idea, but more of a good idea in like a gag sense. Like, oh, look what we did. We put this really outdated looking game into VR without much fanfare, without much updating. And we just kind of threw it in like, look, you can play Postal 2 in VR now. Right. Look how fucking ridiculous this is. And it's like, I feel like it's a gimmick that would be fun for an hour, and then nobody would ever finish it. And like, because they were just like, yeah, the novelty wore off way too quickly. But then I look at these environments and go, like, the fact that you guys are putting in way more work and doing like, I think a whole Kickstarter involved in this, to make sure that it's like, fully funded and fully realized in VR. Suddenly I'm like, you know what? This could be special. It goes from being something that I'm like, I don't know, novelty, to being like, whoa, somebody over there's putting the work in, and that's exciting.
Team Beef, man. Team Beef working hard on this. And talking about the Kickstarter, and I am actually going to... I totally forgot we were going to... I don't know if it was on the Runner show. To be honest, I jumped on this show 1 minute before we went live, so we're just freestyling here for me. Basically, there's a lot of questions there at the moment. So we announced Postal 2 VR. which has been worked on by Flat VR Studios, Team Beef, with Running with Scissors. But then we also announced that there's Postal 2 Redux, which is basically a upgrade of the original game. And straight away, there's questions now of, but is Postal 2 VR still happening? And the answer is yes, it is absolutely happening. And we, as you mentioned, there's been a Kickstarter that we set up, which is going live on Tuesday. And so up until that point, basically we have stretch goals for the number of followers we can get to the Kickstarter page. I'm just checking now, and I'll share the link in the chat, everyone, because we're on 11,770 followers. Our goal before Tuesday is to hit 15,000. And basically, if we hit 15,000, for a lot of people, this might not make a lot of sense, but we're going to be adding the pigeon mission into Postal 2. Now, for those that don't know what happened, in original Postal 2 game in 2003, it might have been in one of the DLCs, there was a mission that you completed, and once you did, I think you're given a rocket launcher, and then you're told to do this pigeon mission. And then it cuts away to Vince from Running with Scissors on camera, on the phone going, "What's this? We're doing a pigeon mission, but we don't have any fucking budget for a pigeon mission." And then so it then cuts back to the game, and then there's just blood everywhere. So it's like the mission is, so you actually never get to play the mission because they said they didn't have budget to make it. So we're saying that if we hit 15k followers, we are going to bring the pigeon mission. And going back to what this means for Postal 2 VR, Postal 2 VR is happening regardless, but Redux, anything that happens with Redux, we're going to have stretch goals and stuff like that. The more that gets unlocked on the Redux, the flat screen upgrade will also be included in the VR one. And also, if you pledge in the Kickstarter once it goes live, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the cheapest way of getting Postal 2 VR out of anything. So yeah, this is something that we're just saying, if you're into Postal 2, you're going to back this. But if you're interested in Postal 2 VR and you want it to be the best possible game it can be, again, it's happening regardless, but the Kickstarter is going to be adding potentially so much content to it. And really, really excited. So I put the link in the chat. All you need is a Kickstarter account. It's free to click notify me, and that counts as a follow. And we're pushing for 15k by Tuesday before it goes live.
Thanks for the clarification. I didn't actually know any of that. I think I think that was actually stated probably pretty clearly in the tweet that had this the new footage, the new environments attached to it. But it's easy to kind of just like skim over something and be like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, and from our end, like this has been our biggest challenge with the marketing is like, we're trying to explain stuff, because naturally you look at like these environments on Redux and in the VR headset and you're like, okay, so are you saying that if Redux gets funded that VR then looks like that? And my understanding is like, well, the VR version, it's all been done by Team Beef, so they are doing the upgrades, but the point is that there's like loads of polish and game modes and things like that if it comes to Redux on the Kickstarter, it also comes to Postal 2 VR, which I think even includes multiplayer mode. So there's going to be like all stuff like that, which I definitely want to see on the VR version. So yeah.
All right. I was just making sure I had a game ready for 4-minute challenge when it comes up. We haven't done an episode in so long. I don't know whose turn it is, but I'm gonna take the reins and host it when it comes up. We're not there yet, though. All right. And then I guess the biggest news of the week is that we did get a release date for Into Black. This is the new release coming to us from the Binary Mill. It's already out on Quest. Got great reviews over there. Single player or 4-player co-op. Kind of like a Deep Rock Galactic, but in VR. It's coming August 28th. I don't know how excited I would have been about this. I mean, obviously the sorry, let me just get this trailer up and running here so we can sit back. I would have been excited about it, I guess, regardless, because the reviews have been so good on other platforms. But like, so many times we've gotten games from Quest and been like, yeah, this is, a good Quest game. And it's just that it doesn't quite get to the level that we're looking for from, higher end VR. But the Binary Mill has been so good bringing their games to PSVR2 recently.
Yeah.
I mean, when they did Gun Club VR, I was like, okay, yeah, it's, fine. It looks really good. It plays really well. The adaptive trigger support is great. The controls, I mean, everything, but it was still Gun Club VR. And so, which is a great game, but, I wouldn't say exactly pushing the limits of, what you can do with environments or locomotion or anything else. All the places are really small. So it was, I think Resist was the big test. When Resist came to PlayStation VR 2, Resist was, I mean, they just killed it. I think they killed it, right? It was just a stunning example of what you can do. Motorcycles on my end, I think.
Yeah.
What you can do with the PSVR 2 headset, and just how far you can take things. Like, I mean, the depth, you could actually see into the buildings. Like, you couldn't see people walking around, but they had depth in the windows, and you had this open world city, and the frame rate was 90 frames native from the get-go, and then you played on the Pro and it's 120 frames native, and that actually makes a difference in this game. And it's just, everything looked great and felt great. It was lacking content, but like the port was incredible. It's an incredible port. And so that means everything that the binary mill does for PSVR 2 from that point on, I'm now insanely excited for, and it was months ago. Was it back in March that they did a PlayStation blog post about Into Black? They focused on Into Black back in March and kind of mentioned haphazardly in that post, like, oh yeah, and Resist is coming in a few months too. I was like, what? Right. So yeah. They were talking about this game before Resist even came out, and they never did like a big post for Resist, which is crazy. So I don't know, man. Like I am super excited for this. This is like the game of summer for me. And I really, really hope that we're able to get into this game and spend dozens of hours in it prior to launch, so we can get a really, fully realized review out there, tackling every aspect of this game, because I am excited. This is the kind of game, Myles, that is going to convince me to put on my VR headset in the middle of summer.
Right.
It seems like the upgrades and everything else, and the fact that I can go in there with the team and explore, and it just seems like the kind of game that I want to be inside of for hours and hours and hours on end. So I'm insanely excited about this one. This one, in case anyone doesn't believe me and thinks I'm just fucking, talking out of my, this, a couple weeks ago, I put out a video, top 12 upcoming PSVR 2 games of 2025. And I think this ranked pretty high on the list. I can't remember where I put it, but it was definitely on there. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it as well. I mean, just that shot of, it looks like a flare gun, but it might be just a regular gun shooting down the tunnel, and just seeing the way that the light goes through. We just, as we always say, with the OLED headsets, it's going to look stunning, hopefully. But yeah. Right.
Which the OLED panel wasn't really something that helped Resist all that much. Like, I mean, it was very colorful. It was a great looking game, but this, seemingly you're underground the entire game. It's called Into Black, right? I mean, the OLED panel is going to be very, very helpful in this. Awesome Tatum in the chat says, I played a couple of hours of Into Black on Quest. I was having a lot of fun, but hit the stop button to play it fully on PSVR 2. That's sort of where I am with any game that's coming to PSVR 2 that I check out on Quest, which doesn't happen a lot these days. I actually got a Quest for that reason, to play games that were going to come to PSVR 2, and I've just kind of lost all interest in doing that. Yep. Myles, I want to, just in case Into Black is new for anybody, I do want to quickly. We do have the PlayStation blog post here now that it's relevant. If you're down, we can we can skim through it. We don't need to read it word for word. But let me bring it up on the screen here, just so people will know what kind of enhancements they can expect. Sirens on my end. All right, Into Black announced for PSVR 2. This was in March 28th. So it has been a few months. Scroll down real quick. Let's see. Just what's this from Jason Spencer, their community manager. They say, welcome to the world of Into Black, a VR action exploration game about deep space scavenger trying to repair a ship and escape a mysterious alien planet. Scour the caves for resources to upgrade your gear and rebuild your ship, all while fighting off hordes of deadly alien creatures. That sounds like a pretty good synopsis of what you'll be doing in this. Fully voiced acted story campaign, playable in solo, co-op with 3 friends, as well as a standalone battle royale mode. The true heart of Into Black is the sense of exploration. You navigate the darkness, uncover the wonders and dangers beyond reckoning. All right, let's see what kind of features we should expect. And of course, the other side of this question, the equation is the darkness itself. New HDR lighting and volumetric effects, as well as deeper blacks of the PSVR2 OLEDs, adds a richer sense of foreboding to the depths of the caves and makes exploring them a true journey into the unknown. I mean, it's no cave crave, I'm sure. Cave crave is terrifying.
Hey.
Number of times, like I start sweating in cave crave, not because, not because it's hot, but because I'm getting actually claustrophobic in the headset. It's like sometimes you just got to remind yourself to breathe. It's very simple stuff sometimes. What else we got here? Sure, visuals are great and all, but there's more to the game, just how it looks, the new headset haptics, and most importantly, adaptive triggers of the PlayStation VR Sense controllers offers a whole slew of new immersive capabilities for Into Black. Feel the impact for every pickaxe swing, and the kick of the shotgun blast. Get rocked by a swipe from a colossal rock golem, or by the errant throw of a buddy's grenade. We all know the magic of VR is in the immersion, and with so many tactile feedback options now at our disposal, that feeling of being there is deeper than ever. That's it. Which is really good stuff, man. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
Andrew Ehrenreich says, "Where the hell is Ghost Town?"
Has it just come to PC VR?
Yeah.
Was that? So
yeah, like less than a month ago, I think.
Yeah. So hopefully, I agree. I mean, I kind of similar to, was it Awesome Tatum, who was saying that he'd been playing it on Into the Black on Quest and then paused it. That was how I was with Ghost Town. I played about 30 minutes for the show we were covering it on, and then I was like, I can't wait to go back to this on PSVR 2.
Yeah. Ghost Town. I think it looked really good for a Quest 3 game. But you could picture what it should look like on PC or on PSVR 2, and you're like, man, I really hope that these guys are going to deliver. And I told you guys on a former Gamescast, on an older episode, that I got in touch with Barry Mead over there and was like, hey, just one. It was not something I do. I don't reach out to developers and say, hey, make sure your game runs at 90 native. Make sure that you're using DFR. Make sure that you're using adaptive triggers for this and that. I don't do that, right? Because it's like, it's not my job to like be telling developers how to do their job, right? If they're not paying attention to the PSVR 2 community and giving them what they want, it's not on me, man. Like I shouldn't have to do that. But every so often, a game I think is so important that you go, all right, let me reach out and just make sure that these guys are all doing the right thing. And I think Ghost Town is such a great game. And most of me saying that doesn't come from my hour and a half experience with it. It comes from everyone I've talked to who's finished the game and said, oh man, the best is yet to come. Like it is a truly special game. And so, so that's why, like, I want to make sure that when it gets here, it is the game. It is a game that takes full advantage of PSVR 2, and looks amazing. So hopefully that'll be the case. But to answer Andrew Ehrenreich's question, Ghost Town would be a great way to kick off October, right? Like if you're talking about a game that's kind of on the spooky side, but isn't like scary, I think like, hey man, you drop that October 1st just to kick off the month, get people into the spooky season. It's not a game you want to put out on Halloween. Watch tomorrow, they'll be like, coming on Halloween, Ghost Town, like fuck.
Yeah.
But because it's like you want a Madison level game to come out on Halloween, right? You want something to actually fucking scare you. You also want a game that you play just before Halloween to like get into it, so you can really, because some people it's like, oh, I've got this new game that's just come out today, and like I'm just getting into it. I wish I was deeper into the game to really enjoy it on Halloween. Yeah, that's true.
You got the whole month. Make the most of it, you know?
It is a little weird. Like I say you want to get like Madison to drop on Halloween where it's like, this is the scariest thing you're going to play all year, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you capture that one day of attention. And then like November 1st, like everyone that's not me is over Halloween. And they're like, 364 more days to go. And it's like, so maybe like Ghost Town could be, beginning of Halloween, and then like Slender could be like October 15th type thing. You know what I mean? We got some good horror games coming, man. We got Secret of the Mimic coming.
Yes, we do.
I love the pause where you're like, oh, am I supposed to say something?
No, I totally forgot.
Yes, we do.
I thought it was, I don't know, from time to time I was wondering if was it actually ever coming fully? Wasn't there a thing? Yeah, I know we keep going over this again and again. I thought there was a moment where it was like, oh, it's not coming to VR. It was separate from the flat, right?
No, it's funny because when they first previewed Secret of the Mimic, they previewed it with a PSVR2 headset. That was the first time anyone played Secret of the Mimic was in VR on PSVR2. So we're like, clearly, this version is being prioritized. And then when they get closer to launch, they were just like, it's still coming, but it's got to come later. It's like, all right, yeah,
man, creepy.
Yeah, so that's really exciting, dude. Man. The rest of this year is looking so good for VR, right? And that's like, and there's still a lot of question marks out there.
Excuse me.
There's still so many question marks out there. Games that like are supposedly coming sometime soon, but don't have a release date. And I feel like we're between now and the end of the year, it's just going to be like not between now. I think August and September will be on the chill side, and then October, November, December is going to be just balls to the wall or hoops to the wall. Possibly.
So maybe flat to VR and Impact, we don't have to release anything then. That's what you're saying.
No, just keep announcing stuff.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yep.
Happy to keep announcing stuff.
And since you're now just in the market of in the business of only announcing stuff and not releasing stuff, you can announce anything because it doesn't.
That's what I mean,
right? Uncharted VR, here we come.
That's true. Who knows what could be announced Tuesday?
Wild Hour, the Game Cat with a level 1 membership says, I couldn't agree with you more, Brian. All good. This is in response to Aces of Thunder conversation. Come out when it's ready. We got Professor Lilith in the chat with the $5 says, hello, Game Cats. Hello, Professor Lilith. The winner of this week's Sunday multiplayer survey is Survive. Woo.
Dude, I haven't played that in so long. And do you know what? I kid you not, I have on Spotify the song Cowboy that's on the credits at the end of that game. I love it so much. I'm just like, I don't know what it is. After you go through that entire journey and then you hear the music song on the credits, I was like, I'm adding it onto my Spotify playlist. Dude, I haven't played Survive since it came out on PSVR2. It's such a good time, man. It feels like classic Resident Evil. Like,
does it?
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I felt it in terms of graphics and that. Yeah.
Are we talking about the same game? It feels like you're in a
Survive, isn't it the zombie game? Yeah, I thought like it felt like retro PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, like horror
for
game.
For sure.
I'm not saying it's a Resident Evil game, like it's got its own feel in that, but I meant just like I just felt like I was in a retro PS1, PS2 like zombie game like Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think they did a great job with Survive, but I do agree with Tatum in the chat. He says it's sometimes it's so bad it's good. Like
yes.
Right? It has problems, but it's the kind of game that you're like they were so ambitious with it that you're like, I'm going to deal with the problems because I think there's a game worth dealing with here because there's something I want to experience. And so, yeah, like drilling out the locks and finding all these collectibles and working as a team, you really do. You like, I can't imagine playing this alone. It's very difficult, right? You can really get into the weeds with this game. And so like, I think one of the first missions is like, oh, you got to go get a gas can, right? To go like dump it into some generator somewhere to power things up. And if you try to do that yourself, like you're putting down the gas can constantly to go kill some zombies and then picking up the gas can and walking a few more steps and then putting it down and reload. Oh my God. And so, but if you have a team of 4, it's like nothing. You got one person carrying the gas can and the rest of you all are just like defending him as you walk to the goal. Like it's a game that feels really good to play with friends because you kind of need to help them out. It's janky as fuck, but it's the kind of jank that you're like, this is worth putting up with because it's a good game. You can tell there's a good game here. Anyway,
and
so
I love the bonus missions on it as well. There's one where you're having to get onto the back of an aircraft carrier. Sorry, on a back of a people carrier. So you're back, and then the door closes, and you're shooting out the back of it. And if the zombies get on, we failed it the first time because literally 6-7 of them got on, and we'd run out of bullets. So we're like meleeing, and the door won't close, meaning more zombies are getting on, and we just got swarmed by so many. And it was like laugh out loud fun of like, oh my god, like what a simple but super cool mission.
So if anybody's not familiar, if anybody is new around here, make sure you come join our Discord. Click the link in the description to do that, and that's where we team up for these games. So you might have this game sitting on your hard drive already and be like, I don't have anyone to play with, or maybe you haven't played it because you're like, maybe there won't be anyone online. We take care of that for you, and Professor Lilith specifically takes care of that for you and organizes these multiplayer meetups every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So come join our Discord and come play with the greatest community online, the Gamecats. Survive. You don't want to play Survive with randoms. You don't. I promise you don't, because you got to work together. You can't have somebody like me who just wants to go off and do their own thing. You got to have people who are like committed to the role. Boop, 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 boop. What is happening? This goddamn tip window.
What is hap?
What happened? Red Rover. The effing Gamecat with the $5 tip says, did 28 weeks later feel like it was going to be 28 weeks later when you got through it? Oh, did it feel like it was living up to its name?
I like
yeah,
that.
I don't know. I gotta, honestly, it's been so long since I've watched 28 Weeks Later. Like, I almost have to go back and
Been
rewatch it to know what I didn't like about it. Right. But yeah, it was definitely a divisive one. It felt like a different movie than the first one, but I haven't seen the whole thing. So I'm not. Good thing I'm not a movie reviewer.
I need to get back on Letterboxd.
Yeah, me too, man. That was a lot of fun. It was like just that. Yeah, it was a good time. It almost felt like being on Letterboxd is sort of like having trophies for movies.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels like when you review it, you feel like you've completed something. Like there's a record here somewhere that says, "Hey, I watched this and I told people what I thought about it." Done. Check it off the list. Yeah.
So true.
Grandpa Barbecue or Gamecat with the Australian $2 tip says Postal 2 VR is my favorite advert ever. Oh, congratulations!
Amazing.
That's quite an
Follow the
accomplishment.
Kickstarter, please. Sorry, that's a get that in there.
Cool.
Just while you're queuing up the next bit, just to let you know, guys.
Is there a next bit?
Postal 2 VR and like Postal 2 Redux, I've never had so much fun writing social copy or even the conversations we have internally about the development. Like we literally are having conversations right now of, well, in VR, if you look down when you're urinating, do you see your dick? Like we got to think about that.
A pixelated one, I hope.
No, what? Well, maybe, or maybe not.
I mean,
do you want to be able to pay for cosmetic upgrades?
Like real life
like
money?
If we had on the PlayStation Store that you could like, I want it bigger. All right, you could do that. Maybe. These are the serious conversations we have to make about development of a game like this.
Myles, I don't know how much bigger it could get. All right, you guys, time to do a little 4-minute challenge. I am picking the game this week, but it's up to you guys out there and Myles up here to ask an infinite number of yes or no questions, but you can only do that. Are you judging me?
Big DLC, yeah. Big DLC. That's what it's going to be.
Can't see her in the... She's just staring at me, judging me. She really is. Right. It's so funny. It's like we just talked up Survive, and then the reviews playing is like 6.5 out of 10, which I do stand by. But some games are so good. Some games so good that like it's worth. Yep. Anyway, okay, she's turned her back. Now I can get back to work. All right, you guys, let's do this. I'm thinking of a game. You only have 4 minutes, infinite number of yes or no questions. Figure out what game that is. So make sure you ask good questions in the chat for Myles to ask me, and then give good suggestions of the game it might be based on the answer that I give. It's super simple, guys. Let's go. You ready to do this, Myles?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. On your mark, get Des. Go.
Does it have multiplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my end. Yeah.
Is it on PSVR2?
No.
Is it on? It's on PSVR then. Is it on platforms other than PSVR?
No.
Is it Sony? Oh, okay. So it's it is a Sony exclusive, PlayStation exclusive, PSVR exclusive.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not. Yes.
Just to clarify that. Yeah. Does it use the Move controllers?
No.
Can you use? I assume then you can't use the aim controller.
You can use the aim controller.
Oh, you can use. So you can use aim controller, and you can
Generally
use.
how it works.
Yeah. And you can use obviously DualSense as well.
Yes.
Okay. Did we talk about it on the show today?
Yeah. Yeah, it came
we
up.
did. Yeah. And would you say it's a bit out there, like in space?
Like is it at a point in space that's far out? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
that I would say it's far away. Yeah, like if you looked out there and you saw a point and it's quite far. Yeah,
that's. I mean, yeah. I don't want to say yes, but yeah, for the most part, sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's interesting. Would you say it's got quite linear gameplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite linear. Yeah.
Yep.
And there's some things about the game that really bug you.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like
Literally
really big bugs. Like there's
Sure.
a lot of big bugs in there, probably. Really things that really bug you. Okay.
Yeah.
I could go on, but I'm not.
Thank you for not. I appreciate that.
Is this far point, Brian? And to be honest, after last time when you guessed mine super quick, this is nice to return the favor.
Yeah. Coming out May 16th, 2017, all those years ago, Myles. This is indeed Farpoint from Impulse Gear. It was funny because Andrew Ehrenreich brought it up. It's one of the games he wants to play. This is just an absolute classic first-person shooter. I don't think it goes down in history for its amazing first-person shooting, although it did a very good job of that and showed how awesome the aim controller could be in VR. But moreover, like the story by Rob Yescombe is like the reason to play this game. Like just incredible story, amazing. So really good stuff. Yeah, and it was weird, man. Back in PSVR 1, there was any game that supported the aim controller seemed to only support the aim controller and the DualShock, right?
Yeah.
But didn't support the moves. And it was like, oh, you don't get a lot of if you didn't own an aim controller, then like you didn't really get a great version of the game, like just holding your DualShock in front of you doing this. It was like you really can't support the moves as well. I know there'd be a lot of extra
So
work,
true.
still. Really good stuff, though.
Right.
Gray Matter, Shades of Gray Matter in the chat says, I still need to finish Farpoint. Well, then we will not spoil the ending for you because the ending is incredible. Spoilers, they were dead the whole time. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't actually remember the ending. I just remember it being incredible. I have no idea what it was. What if that was the ending? Oh my God, what if that would, no. I just took the Sixth Sense. I was like, oh shit, what if I just spoiled the Sixth Sense for somebody?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Also, I've been rewatching Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Amazing. Show.
In the first episode is
Make it so.
Is it Outpost on Farpoint? Is that what it's called? I forget. The first episode is like a two-parter. It's all about this place called Farpoint. And I'm like, it's so funny. I'm assuming that's where they got the name. Can only assume.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything to add, Myles, before we call it quits?
No, other than after this, I'm going back to work because there's still a few bits to tie up, but I can't wait. Are you live streaming the VR game showcase on Tuesday?
Yeah, me and Jamie will be streaming the VR showcase.
Oh, amazing.
Yep.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, we always have watch parties like in a Google Meets and that to watch it. I never join them because I'm an anxious mess at that point, just like trying to make sure everything's going up. So I will, like I did last time in March, I will watch the replay of yours and Jammy's reactions to it and enjoy it. Funnily enough, actually, last time in March, I remember doing that at like 11 p.m. Eastern. Me and Eric Marsha were sitting on the couch and we were like, let's see Brian Paul's reactions, and we just watched your reactions to the VR showcase.
And it's me just complaining about everything.
It was great. It was great, man. It was so good.
Oh man. Andrew Ehrenreich says, damn it, I was just gonna watch The Sixth Sense for the first time ever. Dan Keeper reminds me it was called Encounter at Farpoint. That's right. Crumb Claus says, I was just gonna watch The Sixth Sense tonight, but fuck, I guess I'll watch Jacob's Ladder instead. I can spoil that for you too if you want. Bitmappy says you can only watch the Sixth Sense. God, I guess. Yep. Speech. I got to go back to speech class. No, you can't, Bitmappy. You would definitely have to watch The Sixth Sense twice, because once you find out the twist ending, you need to go back and be like, how the fuck did I not see that? And they do it so well. You're like, how did I not see that? You have to watch The Sixth Sense twice. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Glad to be back. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. Always a blast. Thank you for keeping us entertained while we try to keep you entertained and all of that. Make sure you go subscribe to Myles' channel too. One of these days, he'll stream Madison. One of these days. And you don't want to miss it. You want to be there for it. It may not happen today or tomorrow or next week or the week after or 2025 or 2026 or 2027. But when it does happen, you'll want to be there for it. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So make sure you do all that stuff. Also, come join our Discord. Make sure you're part of the Sunday multiplayer meetup. And also, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. That's where I hang out there like 24/7. So come hang out with me. Yep. But shout out to everyone who supports the channel financially. I did update the Patreon scroll tonight before the show, and so that is updated. If you want your name on that list, make sure you go to patreon.com/withoutparole and sign up for the $3 or above Patreon tier status, or you can be a member over here, or you can tip during the show. Whatever you do, we appreciate you, but you don't have to tip us for us to love you. We're just happy that you're here. We love this community so much. We could not do this without you. You're the reason we do it, and we love you all. There's another part of that, but I don't feel like doing it today. Here it is, you guys. It's your clip of the week, courtesy of Super Nintendo Chalmers. Let's go. That's not how you do that. What happened? Let's go. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Bro, it is so ridiculous that both AJ and I missed that chalkboard in what the hell is it called, dude? Why is my brain shutting down right now? Come on, help me out. Come on, be who's a good co-host? Who's a good co-host? Come on, who's a good co-host? What game was that? Into the
Of Lies and Rain.
Of Lies and Rain, that's what it is. Oh my god, I was thinking of like Into the Radius or something. My brain is literally broken from not having done this for 2 weeks. AJ missed it. I missed it, and so all these cats were showing pictures of things they drew on the chalkboard, and we were like doing the show, and AJ was like, "I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I don't think I ever found the chalkboard." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I didn't want to say it, but I didn't find it either." There was like 2 entire rooms I didn't see in Of Lies and Rain when I played the demo the first time, and so when I went back in to play it after that episode of Gamescast that night, after we both admitted that we hadn't seen the chalkboard, there was just this door that I hadn't gone through, and I'm saying that like I am the guy, especially in Of Lies and Rain, the demo, because I was so enthralled by it and I liked it so much that I wanted to explore every single corner and find all of those like cube collectibles, and I was just like and somehow I just missed an entire area. And so you go in and there's like this classroom and I was drawing on the chalkboard. And then there was another room that looked like you could go in, but the door was locked and it had glass on it. So I was like, there's no way that they made this glass breakable so I could like break the glass and reach through the glass to open the door from the other. And they did. It did. Dude, I don't know. I just feel like Horizon Rain is scratching every single itch that I've got for a VR game. And I really, really hope that turns out to be good because that demo was so good. So good. I love it. I agree. That's all you had to say. Just say, I agree.
I agree. Brian.
Great.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back doing this.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. Happy Friday, everyone. We love you all.